So just continuing on from our discussion of reciprocal functions, here we're looking at some of the properties of reciprocal functions. So as I mentioned, when our function increases, our reciprocal function will decrease, and when our function decreases, our reciprocal function will increase. And as this means, from these same results, as our function approaches positive or negative infinity, then our reciprocal will approach zero. So basically, as they get really, really big in the positive direction or really, really big in the negative direction, then the reciprocal should be zero, because the bottom of the function will get very, very big no matter what, whether it's positive or negative. And so the overall function will get close to zero. So where the graph of the y equals to fx has x-intercepts, the graph y equals 1 on f of x will have vertical asymptotes at these x values. This is again what we saw during the parabola example. And when our f of x has a vertex, then our graph will also have a vertex. And that is something that we saw, that our graph of the parabola had a vertex at -1, the same place where our parabola had a vertex. And note that this expression actually gives you a direct value for that vertex. So if the vertex was at AB, then the new vertex will be at A, 1 over B, which is to be expected because we would expect our y value to be 1 over whatever the other y value is, because that's what our function is. So if f of x has a maximum or minimum turning point, then y equals to 1 on f of x will have a minimum or maximum turning point respectively. So that we also saw this in the parabola, because in the parabola our turning point was a minimum, but for our reciprocal function it was a local maximum. Note that it wasn't a global maximum, because our curve didn't actually have a global maximum because it trended up towards infinity, but it had a local maximum, which means it had that turning point at that maximum. All right, so I hope that that clears things up with reciprocal functions, and I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you guys next time.